There we go. All right. So, yo, what up for y'all watching this on the YouTube replay? We got a lot to go over. Stocks are really green right now. Here's our portfolio today. We are up 1.21% on the day at a new intraday high, pretty much. Year to date, we're up 2.37%. Here are all our stocks on the day. This is just one of our accounts. We got three different portfolios. Google is having a great day. Look at that huge green candle. I mean, Google's crushing it right now. This is great news. Same with Meta. Meta's having a pretty decent day. They're up 2% as well. Yo, what's up? Yeah, we'll look at Costco in a second here. I got you. And here's our Roth IRA as well. Our Roth IRA is up 5% on the day. 5% is huge. That's mainly from Innodata right here. This is our like small cap we've been talking about. And hey, they're doing great. I'm up 53%. Again, you don't want to have a huge position, huge chunk of your portfolio in those kind of stocks just because they're so risky. And then we have our risk on portfolio. So this is our Webull account. We're up 1.5% on the day. We got some winners and some losers in here. Like we're down bad on like UiPath, Zoom, Enphase, AMD, but we do have a lot of winners in here like Robinhood. We're up a crazy 450% on Robinhood. And then we also have our Moomoo portfolio. This is our buy and hold account. And we have some bad news in here. Our DocuSign stock is down bad. They're down 18% on the day. So DocuSign did not have good earnings. Well, actually, the earnings were good, but the market did not like them. So anyway, yeah, let's look at Costco really quickly. This is one of the most well-run grocery stores, and consumers like to go there because you get a good deal because you buy stuff in bulk at Costco. And look at that. Costco is pretty much at an all-time high right now. So yeah, congrats if you own them. A lot of the grocery stores are doing great right now. You also get a small but growing dividend, 0.5% yield. Sometimes they do special dividends, but look at this net income Costco makes. I mean, Costco's making basically 2 billion of net income a quarter. I do own a grocery store as well. I actually own Sprouts Farmers Market right here, ticker symbol SFM. So Sprouts Farmers Market, this is like a healthier grocery store. I think Americans like to go to the healthier stores, and they also have seen a lot of net margin growth. Their net margin is now an 8%, which is really impressive for a grocery store. So Sprouts Farmers Market is kind of like a high growth grocery store that we own. But yeah, let's see here. Oh, AMD stock. Yeah, dude, AMD, that's one of our bigger losers. So if we go back over here, we are down bad on like UiPath, Zoom, but let's look at AMD right here. Here's why I really like AMD. Yo, what's up, Fruit? How's it going? Yeah, we're back, but I'm scared the account's gonna get taken down again. But anyway, good to see you. So here's AMD right here. Oops. And yeah, in case my account does get banned again, I'd appreciate if y'all would subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Robert, Linktree in bio. Yeah, happy Friday. Yeah, the stocks are doing great today. And here's what I really like about AMD. We also just had Broadcom earnings, but look at this. With AMD, you get a 16% PC GPU market share. So AMD has a lot of market share. And also half their business is from data centers. AMD is a data center play. It's up 57%. So they've seen some really nice growth on AMD on the data center business. And same with the net income. They just made 800 million in net income. Monster balance sheet right here. I mean, look how little the liabilities are. So yeah, I really like AMD. Yeah, our portfolio on the day, we are up a 0.82%. Nothing crazy. Yeah, hey Caleb, this app, if you go to the link tree in my bio, it's the third link there. Let's see, APLD. So yeah, APLD, this is one of NVIDIA's holdings. So check this out right here. If we go to NVIDIA's portfolio right here, their largest holding is CoreWeave, and then they also have APLD. And APLD and CoreWeave go into a huge deal together, shocker, because NVIDIA owns both of them, and the stock rallies. Look at that. The stock had a huge gap up from, 6 to 10 to $14 right now. And here's what I really like about APLD. It's this metric right here, the cloud service business, and it's up 220% from the previous year. Like, this is what I like to look at in a company. They're doing great. Yo, what up, ACAD? How's it going, man? Good to see you. You still got APLD. I actually do not own any APLD. I'm starting to wish I did because this stock has been doing great. I've been saying for a while APLD is a pretty good stock. So yeah, and then their growth is obviously just going to be even better now that they're in that new partnership. So yeah, APLD's been crushing it. NVIDIA owns a bit of them as well. Yo, what up, Trap? How's it going, dude? Jay said, would you put QQQ or XPS in a Roth? I would, yeah. I actually like the exact same thing as QQQ is QQQM. It's the exact same ETF, the exact same NASDAQ 100 strategy with a lower expense ratio. Fruit says I hate AMD. Oh no. SCHD, yo, what up, Simply? He said SCHD. So this is like a higher yielding dividend ETF right here. So yeah, you get a 4% yield with this ETF right here. So 1% of your money back every quarter. And look at that. Its top holdings are a lot of the higher yielding names like a Coca-Cola, a Verizon, Home Depot, Chevron. You know, a lot of these are like Warren Buffett names like Coca-Cola, Chevron. You know what? Let me go check Buffett's portfolio real quick. Yeah, look, 10% of his portfolio is in Coca-Cola. Then there's Chevron, 5.7. He has some oil stocks like Oxy Petroleum, but yeah. Anyway, let's keep looking at stocks. So yeah, if you got any stocks I'm gonna look at, let me know. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat. Keegan said CLBR. What's this one right here? So I've not heard of this stock before, but look at that. Looks like they've done really good recently. So yeah, they're a very small company still. They're only a $300 million company, but they're up 9% on the day. There must have been some good news, for them to, yeah, right here. And I don't know what that news is because they have a really good balance sheet. But yeah, they don't have any revenue. They don't sell anything. Huh, I got to do some more research on them. But yeah, it looks like they've done great. Chris, JFIN stock. What's this one? So Jalen Group. So dang, look at that one. Yeah, all-time high on this company, up 10% on the day. Jeez. Let's go see what happened. I guess they reported earnings. Um, Oh, that's from a while ago. Revenue from a loan facility. Look at that annual revenue growth, at a new record. Let's go look at this right here though. So revenue up 20%, net income. Ooh, that's probably why the stock's doing so great. Look at that net income growth. Net income doubled from the previous year, 78 million. Assets are growing. So hey, I can see why they're at all-time highs. Lost 500 on Nvidia earnings straddle. They just been sideways. Oh, that sucks, jawbreaker. Yeah, Nvidia's yeah, it's weird. I bought APLD. Yo, that's what's up. I'm glad you bought APLD. They're doing great. Um, yo, what's up? What 15 TSMC? Yo, Edzilla? How's it going, man? Happy Friday. TSMC. I think you mean Taiwan Semiconductor. So yeah, this is another Nvidia competitor, the chip industry. They make those wafer chips, those like 5 nanometer wafer chips, and look at their market share. I mean, it keeps on growing, 67% market share. But the best part about this company is the net income they make. They literally made 12 billion in net income just in the most recent quarter, 12 billion the quarter before, up 60%. Incredible growth. Also, you get a great yield. You get a 1.1% yield. With Nvidia, the yield is pretty much nothing, but you get a over 1% yield, growing yield with that company. So I do like to um, let's see. Is this no, this is not Coinbase. Oh, Lululemon, dude, I feel bad for Lululemon. Look at this. They are down 20% on the day. Yikes. So Lululemon just reported earnings. Actually, let's go look at them. I haven't looked at them actually. So they met they met expectations. I don't know why the stock actually fell so much. So the net income, I guess, fell 2% year over year. I guess they lost their growth. Yeah, they lost their margins actually, but it's not the end of the world. Like the margins fell 8%. Still, what's the PE? Yeah, 18 PE. Yeah, I think Lulu might be a little oversold. I don't know. Uh, Net Cloudflare. Yo, I love Cloudflare. Literally 20% of all internet traffic goes through Cloudflare in one way or another. And check that out. They're doing great actually. Dang, $180 on this company. Their revenue just hits a new record every quarter. I mean, look at this right here. Super impressive. In 2018 it was 192 million and now it's 1.67 billion. I mean, it just hits a new record every quarter. So I don't know what I just clicked there. But I like the free cash flow on this company as well. Look at that free cash flow. It's at a record 52 mil, up 50%. So I just like Cloudflare as a cybersecurity cloud play. VKTX. Let's check it out. VKTX. What's this one? Oh, Viking Therapeutics. I remember this company a long time ago. So, right around here, they got FDA approval to release a product, and the stock went crazy on the news. But let's see if they've recognized any revenue since then. So, yeah, they still haven't sold anything. That's probably why investors are a little disappointed. If you look at the revenue, it still says zero. They've never sold a product or a service. So, they rallied on FDA approval, and now they just haven't sold anything still. I don't know. I'm guessing there were some delays in the plans, so I think that's why the stock fallen. Um, yeah, happy Friday. Yeah, dude, let me show you my main account right here. My main account is up 1.17% on the day. And, is it going to load the stocks here? Maybe not. Oh, well, so we just tab back in. And we also have our Roth IRA as well. Innodata is doing great, up 11% on Innodata. Our Roth IRA is up 4.75%. So yeah, here's our portfolio. The only stock that's down today is McDonald's, and they do good whenever the market goes down usually. Yeah, Google's up 3%. Great day for them. Meek said Hood stock, Robinhood. Yeah, that's back in my growth portfolio. Yeah, here's some of my bigger losers. I just like being completely transparent. If you want to help me out, just hit the follow button. We go live every day, twice a day. Or really, if you want to help me out the most, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm streaming on there as well. My YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. Link tree in bio, first link. Anyway, here's Robinhood right here. This is the brokerage. We were just on that. Dang, that's an all-time high on Robinhood. So yeah, we're up a stupid 456% on them. I regret every share I've ever sold. They have great growth. I mean, the revenue's up 50% year over year. They just acquired a crypto company. We can also see the net income right here. Oh, I just realized, let me move that. There we go. Yeah, they're making net income every quarter. People can now take Robinhood seriously when if we zoom out to like a year ago, look, they were losing net income every quarter. They were losing a lot of net income. So they finally fixed the fundamentals here. They're a great profitable company. So yeah, they're probably a little overvalued right now, but I still love them. Net and Hood inclusion. Wait, I don't think Hood actually got into the S&P 500. Are you sure they did? I thought that I think that they think continues ahead of. I think that's later. I don't know yet, but I heard that that's gonna probably happen. Um, what stocks are on your watch list? I have this watch list right here. This is my debt-free watch list. Every stock in here has no debt whatsoever. Like Zoom has no debt, Reddit, Yelp, Powell Industries, DocuSign. DocuSign's down 18%. Just because they're debt-free doesn't mean they'll do good. But here's some of the more recent stocks we've added. Some of the stocks I've added on here, I've added because they're super trash. I think like GPI might be a really trash one. Actually, no, never mind. There were some stocks we added because they're trash. I forget which ones though. But how about NVTS? What up, T2? So let's see, NVTS. So oh yeah, this is Nvidia Semiconductor. Yeah, if you look right here, the reason the stock basically went from $2 to $6 was because of an Nvidia partnership. And without that partnership, the company was going bankrupt because look at their revenue right now. Revenue's down 39. They're losing a lot of net income. So that deal with Nvidia really saved the company from probably bankruptcy. Hey, thanks, Fruit Tea. Yeah, hey, thanks for all the follows. Let's see. Ticker symbol hum. Let's see, what's this one right here? Humana. I think this is like a healthcare play. Let's check them out though. They have not been doing too good, but none of the healthcare names really have been. Let's see the dividend. Hey, you get a nice yield here, 1.5% dividend, only a 35% payout ratio. So yeah, they're an insurance business. Look at that. Basically, all the revenue comes from insurance, and then we look at the net income. It's a little. They lost net income last quarter. It was probably a one-time adjustment, but yeah, revenue's up 8. This is just another probably like a UNH competitor. Yeah, unfortunately, this stock has not been doing too good. Look at that. It's at like its pandemic low. Yikes. Maybe it's a good time to buy them. I don't know. SOUN, what up, Hale? He said SoundHound AI. So there's some good news and there's some bad news about this stock right here. And I'll go over both of them. Like here's the good news. Look at their subscription revenue. This is why a lot of people like the company. Like the subscription revenue has blown up from, just like 600,000 to now 24 million. And at this growth rate, up 500%, what's it going to be this time next year? So that's the good news, but also like if we go to their product royalties, it fell 50% year over year. So they used to make a lot in royalties. Now it's at a record low. And also they're losing a lot of money. They lost 50 million in the most recent quarter and the losses are getting worse. So we want to see I love the growth of the subscription, but we want to see them hopefully get profitable soon. But yeah, I like the subscription growth. GRRR. What's GRRR? Gorilla Technology. Yeah, I've looked at this stock. Nothing really blows me away here. I don't really know what they do. They're up 16% on the day, which is great. So congrats if you own them. You're probably doing great. So they do security convergence. And whoa, actually look at that right here. I didn't know that. The revenue has actually seen some very nice growth. Wait, hold on. Let me go look at the revenue down here. Wait, no. Is that from 2023? No, that's for full year 2024. Anyway, it looks like the revenue's doing great. Yeah, so for some reason the data down here is from 2023. There's the balance sheet though from 2024. I don't know. That's weird. You know what? Let me look at them over here because that looks weird. Let's see if they do have data. So they're a $400 million company. So yeah, they don't actually have data. See, both apps are telling me this is only data from 2023. Maybe they don't have any revenue. I don't know. I've never seen another stock do that. So that's weird. Um, Anyway, here's what's down today. Lululemon, DocuSign, Broadcom's slowly falling into the close. They're pretty much at all-time highs though. Let's see what's up today. iRobot, nothing popular really. I guess Robin. Oh, here's a good chunk of stocks. Hims, Hood, Palantir, Reddit, Affirm. All of them are doing great. Like the mid caps are rallying. All right, let's keep looking at stocks here. Uh, what's a penny stock? I if I had to, yeah, this one maybe super small company. They're only worth 460 million. Actually, this company, look at that. If you want to buy a stock, I recommend a DCA, dollar cost average, but make sure you're dollar cost averaging into a high quality company, or you could just lose everything, like on this stock right here. And yeah, the financials don't look too great right here. They're now losing money, so yeah, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably just pick this one. That's the smallest company that I own. If I did a better pick, would honestly be like an Innodata right here. They're only worth like a billion, 1.2 billion. Anyway, yeah, let's keep going here. Check EFX, please. Let's check it out. Equifax. Huh. Let's see. So stock's actually done pretty decent. Let's see. Do they pay a yield? 0.5% dividend, not bad. So Workforce Solutions, how's that doing? It's up 2%. Not not great growth, but up 2% year over year. Oh, but they've grown their margin a little bit. Hey, not bad. So yeah, they're making like 100 to 200 million in net income a quarter. Yeah, they're not too terrible. I like that they're profitable. ANET, Arista Networks. So, this is a great product software company. I really like the fundamentals here. So, like, check this out. We look at their product revenue, it's at a new all-time high. I mean, this is really impressive. Product revenue is up, to a record. And if we go to the service revenue as well, the service revenue has seen some equally super impressive growth. So, both main businesses on Arista Networks is growing, and so are the profitability. Look at this right here. They're making so much net income, 800 million in the most recent quarter. I mean, that's crazy, up 27%. The free cash flow is just as good as well. It's up 21%. So Arista Networks, I really like that one. They're on my watch list. Um, Pass said QXO. What's this one right here? Look now, buy in now. Okay, let's see. Wait, I can't type that. There we go. QXO. So, ooh, yeah. So let's see. Actually, they have a big market cap, a $10 billion market cap. Is that right? So let's see. So service and other. Let me just go down here. Actually, let's see. So revenue of 13 million a quarter. Not much revenue, and it's down 6%. But they are making net income. Oh, that's not real. Are they selling assets or something? They're probably selling shares or something. I don't know. But if we go to the operating profit, which is really what you want to look at, they're losing money every quarter. But if you looked at the net income and the PE, it looks like they're making money. So I don't know. I, yeah, I'd be careful with that one. But congrats if you own them. Looks like they've done pretty great on the daily. Like right here, they're up a good chunk. But yeah, I'd be careful with that one. Hey, well, thank you, T2. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just try to show you the numbers for yourself. You can draw your own conclusion. Uh, I don't sell anything, but the only thing I do have, if oh. Okay, TikTok. Great. He took. All right, so there goes our TikTok stream. They took it down. That's okay. We just gotta log into the other account. Yeah, here's our main account right here. I forgot what we was talking about. So yeah, this is. Oh wow, we just hit 17,000. I don't think this account's ever been at 17,000. That's actually really nice to see. But anyway, yeah, here's our portfolio on the day. A lot of these stocks are at new 52-week highs today. Amphenol Group, which were up, as you can see, like 55% on them, they're at an all-time high today. Check this out. I don't believe it. Like this stock just like goes up like 1-2% a day. It's crazy. So hold on, give me 1 second here, friends. I have to verify my Gmail, and then we'll be right back. Yo, what up, Travis? Good to see you. Yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want to look at in the YouTube chat, I'll look at all of them. I got you. All right, the screen should be back here. Thanks for bearing with me there. I'm logging in to my second TikTok so we can stream over here because dang it, they took down the main account. All right. There we go. So let's keep going. Um, GOSS stock is that a stock right here? GOSS. Let's see. Gossamer Bio, huh? So they're only a $290 million company. That's a very small market cap. So they're worth 290 million. And let's see the net income right here. And they lost 36 million in the most recent quarter. That's not great. The sales are only 9 million. Did they sell an asset or something? Like there was a lot of cash. There was a lot of revenue that one quarter. Um, hmm. I they're interesting. So revenue's 9 million. I guess they're beating expectations, but nothing's really blowing me away that I really want to buy them. They still look pretty risky. Um, just because this really small market cap and they're losing money. So, oh, here's one though. Apple, yeah, hey, biggest company in the world right here. So Apple, this is a great company to just buy and hold for the long run. No reason to sell out of them. Get a 0.5% dividend, 15% payout ratio. Yeah, look at their smartphone market share. So they have a 19% smartphone market share, and half the revenue comes from their iPhone. But then they also have this services business. The services revenue, whenever you buy something in the App Store, Apple takes a nice little 30% fee on that, and it's all high margin for them. So the Apple services revenue has seen some nice growth there. And then they, of course, have the Mac, the wearables like the AirPods and the iPad. iPads are 6.7% of the business. And the reason Apple's so affected by tariffs is because look at that. Only 36% of the revenue comes from the US. I always thought it was a lot more that Apple's revenue was more than 36% from the US, but yeah, anyway, they make a lot of net income too. Like, look at that, 20 billion plus a net income a quarter. So yeah, Apple's cool. Yeah, hey Marco, this is a brokerage right here. If you want to get it, it's in the link tree in my bio. I think it's like the third link there. If you want to get it, it's called Momo. But yeah, hey, this is I like this app right here because you can like see super investors portfolio. Like we can see the nuclear stocks. We can see Nvidia's picks. Like CoreWeave is 90% of Nvidia's portfolio. APLD as well. APLD has been crushing it, ever since the APLD CoreWeave deal. So yeah, this is our buy and hold portfolio. Once I buy a stock in here, I try and just hold it for the long run. If you look at the middle of my screen there, I got $3,500 all-time gain. So that's our lifetime gain in there. The newest stock we've purchased in here is actually Coca-Cola Consolidated. It's not the main Coca-Cola company. So this is the bottling company. We bought another share of them yesterday, but we've been dollar cost averaging into this stock right here. I like the fundamentals here. Low PE. Literally, they trade at 16.9 times net income. So pretty fair valuation for them, I think. So that's one I've been buying. But again, hey, don't listen to me. When you dollar cost average into a stock, make sure it's a high quality one, or it could look like that. But yeah, if you guys got any stocks you want to look at, let me know. I'll check them out for you. I'm reading both the YouTube and the TikTok chat now. Yo, Meme Machine, how's it going, dude? Good to see you. So we also have our risk on portfolio right here. And if we go to the watch list real quick, it was down to, yeah, Lululemon and DocuSign. DocuSign is down 18% on the day. That's one of our holdings in here. Look at that. We're down $174 on the day because of them. So, hey, drop a like on the video for me. I'd appreciate that. But let's see, Lululemon. Yeah, Lululemon. This is the thing. They met their expectations, but I think it was the guidance that really hurt the stock. The reason they're down 19% was their bad guidance. Because if we look at what they reported this quarter, it would pretty much slightly beat, actually, just very slightly beat. We can see their number of stores. They got 770 stores, up from 767. Hey, they grew stores by 3. But anyway, Lululemon, I think the risk reward might be decent on there. Yo, Nick says, I love Fix. I got in at the 260 dip. Yo, you got in at a great price then. Yeah, I got in. My average cost is right here at 360. So yeah, this stock is pretty close to an all-time high today. They've done great. So yeah, this is a nice little dividend growth company that they just keep growing their net margins. If you go to the net margin right here, it grew 50% from the previous year. I mean, crazy. Their net income grew 75%. Crazy. So let's see. What do you think would be a good buy? I have APLD, looking to buy similar companies. Well, a similar company, it's tough to buy some stocks right now because the market's doing great and a lot of stocks have rallied. But one that's kind of similar I've been talking about is InnoData, INOD. This is one I really like, another AI play. I'm up 50% on them. That it came out of nowhere for them to like rally so much. But oh yeah, here's our risk on portfolio, by the way. We have a lot of winners in here, like Dave right here, dude. Ticker symbol Dave. We bought this stock just like a month ago, and they just keep on going up. It's crazy. But we also have some big losers in here, like UiPath and Zoom and Enphase Energy. Dang, we're down 32% on Enphase. AMD's not done great. Dude, Krispy Kreme, they're going bankrupt. All-time low on Krispy Kreme. The whole company of Krispy Kreme's only worth 490 million now. So small market cap on them. And has anyone heard of Yelp? We got Yelp stock. But anyway, let's keep going here. So yeah, but I'd probably just recommend one of the stocks that I own. I might be a little biased though, but I own them for a reason. Let's see. Lee said AMC. Yo, I would stay away from AMC. I would rather look at that. I sold my AMC at $38. So and now it's 3. So let's we can look at the fundamentals here. You don't really look at the fundamentals and the financials just because they're a meme stock, but look at the most recent quarter. They just lose money every quarter. They just can't get profitable. It's not really a good business model, but you're really just buying them for the meme. You're hoping like whatever his name is tweets Roy Kitty, he tweets something and it'll go up. What's your favorite stock right now? I don't really know. Probably the most recent stock I've been buying because I like it so much is Coca-Cola Consolidated, ticker symbol Coke. So I just bought a share of them yesterday. I also love Apple. Yo, Hendrik, what's up? He said Novo Nordisk. So yeah, this is the company that owns Ozempic. If anyone's heard of that weight loss prescription, uh, yeah. Hey, Relapse. The one if you go to the link tree in my bio, the third link, that's my favorite one. Oh, Relapse. It's the one I'm using right now. So anyway, here's Novo Nordisk. They have a nice yield, 2.2% yield. Like I said, they own Ozempic, and if you look, 95% of the revenue comes from their obesity care products, which is Ozempic. And we look at the net income; they're printing money, man. They're making $4 billion of net income a quarter. The one thing you do got to be careful of their Ozempic patent. The patent for it expires in 2027, and I think that may be why the stocks had some pressure recently. But overall, the valuation's super low on them right now. And there's tariff shenanigans, of course, but let's see. What about Sony's? Hey, yeah, so Sony, this is a Japanese company, and wow, look at that. Up to a new record. And Sony, they own the PlayStation, they have the music records. It's such a cool company. And let's go, or I'll just show you that for yourself. Let's go verify that. So yeah, they're game and networking software, 38% of the business. Then they're in financial services, entertainment. Then they're in music. Like, how's their music business doing? Wow, look at that. Like, just their music business up double digits, 15% to a literal record. So I know they have signed some big people, and also the net income. It's great. It's 2 billion plus a net income a quarter. So Sony seems like a good one to buy and hold. Also a nice yield, 0.5% yield, only a 10% payout ratio. They could literally 3x the dividend if they wanted to and could easily afford it, but they choose not to. They do the responsible thing. Yeah, Sony is really cool. What app? Yeah, hey, Breven, if you go to the link tree in bio, third link there, it's a brokerage, but yeah, if you want to get it. So let's see here. Yeah, so I would buy Sony. Let's see. Archer Aviation. Yo, so HCHR, this is a Kathy Wood stock. Like, Kathy Wood owns a lot of this company. Here's the only reason why I don't buy this stock. And I've looked at this is the only reason, and I don't mean to be bearish, but this is what I don't like about the company. They don't sell anything. Like, they've never ever sold a product or a service. They have no revenue. Click on revenue, it says no data because they've never sold anything. And on top of that, they're losing like 100 to 200 million of net income every quarter. So for that reason, I just stay away from Archer Aviation. I just look elsewhere. But I know they have some nice contracts that eventually we'll recognize. But that's why they just because they still don't sell anything. Yeah, hey Tiago, if you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in bio, the third link there. It's a brokerage. ARKK. So ARKK. Oh, yeah, that's the Kathy Wood ETF. So you know what? Let me show you this right here. Kathy Wood. Let's go to her portfolio right here. Where's Kathy Wood? Yeah, Kathy Wood's portfolio. So this is ARKK. Tesla, Roblox, Palantir, Coinbase, Robinhood. Yo, her Robinhood has done great. But the thing is with this ETF, it's not done great. Actually, let me just pull it up. ARKK. So so look at that. The reason this ETF got so popular was because no other ETF was doing this at the time. Like in 2019, the ETF went from 60 to 160. Like the S&P didn't even come close to 3xing like they did in the same time frame. But then they held a lot of stocks you shouldn't have. Anyway, Tesla, Coinbase, Roblox, Roku, Tempest AI, Palantir, Shop. Hey, I love Shopify. They're a great company. Like, let's look at Shopify. I love this company. They're a Canadian company, but I love this. Check this out right here. If we go to Shopify and just click on their annual revenue right here, I mean, this is growth right here. This is what I love to see. Go to 2018, revenue was a billion. Now it is 8.88 billion. So Shopify is doing great. Um, and some other stocks have been doing great as well. Tesla, they're up 5% on the day after a huge red day yesterday from Elon's politics. All right. Yeah, no problem, Lee. Thanks for being here. Yo, what up, B Mills? Good to see you, dude. Tony said HIMS. Yo, so yeah, this is that prescription company. And wow, they've had a nice rally recently. And check this out. This is why they probably deserve it. Look at this growth right here. The revenue is up 110%. They've doubled the fundamentals. They've doubled the revenue since last year. And they keep on beating expectations. Look at the free cash flow now. They're extremely free cash flow positive, making 200 million plus of free cash flow a year, and it's growing. Same with the net income. They're making close to 200 million in net income a year. And they have no debt. They have lots of cash. The cash is earning interest. So I really like HIMS. I can see why they're doing so good. Weeble. Oh yeah, ticker symbol BULL. So yeah, this is Weeble. That's this right here. You see Weeble kind of at the top there, the name of this. So what Weeble is, it's this right here. They're just a brokerage, publicly traded. I have an account with them, so I am a customer. So unfortunately, they've not done too good. They haven't really kept up with like Robinhood either. They're only worth $5 billion. I think this one might be probably oversold now because they're profitable. In the two most recent quarters, they did make net income. Not too much net income, but just great news that they're profitable. So they're all right. What website is this? Yeah, MC73. If you go to Linktree in my bio, the third link there. BBAI. So oh yeah, Big Bear AI. So yeah, there's good news and bad news. I don't really love this company right now because they're not growing that much. Like here's the most recent quarter. In the most recent quarter of earnings, they missed on revenue, missed like crazy on net income, and missed like crazy on EBITDA. So if we go to this right here, in the past year, they've lost like 200 million of net income or more than that. And the whole company is worth, 1.1 billion. So they've lost 20% of the market cap just in net income. So we really want to see this company get profitable. And on top of that, the sales aren't really growing that much. Like sales are up 5%. So I'd be careful with BBAI. I'm just staying away from that one. Yo, what's up? Yum's China. So yeah, this is, if y'all heard of KFC, Taco Bell, they spun off their China division into Yum China. So this is all the revenue comes from China, obviously. So yeah, look at that. They own KFC and Pizza Hut. And KFC is like weirdly super popular in China. It's like a tradition there that they eat on like Christmas. I saw something about that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I don't know. But let's look at the net. Look at that. That's actually a lot of net income. This is in US dollars too. They're making 300 million of net income a quarter. So I actually really like Yum China. And you get a nice dividend. So besides the fact that they're in China, they're great. Thoughts on Zscaler, dude? This is a great cybersecurity name. Yeah, what's up, Dat One, dude? Look at them. They've had a nice rally the past. Whoa, look at that huge rally on Zscaler. Let's go look at their earnings right here. So, yeah, what I love about this company, let me go back to the revenue up here. Their revenue just hits literally a new record every quarter, and it's growing still. It's up 22%. It's super incredible growth. I mean, 2018, 190 million. Now it's 2.2 billion. Anyway, Zscaler is doing great. What about the free cash flow? Yeah, they're making 100, 200 million of free cash flow a quarter. They're starting to get net income positive. I mean, they're losing less money, so that's the good news. Let's see. What do you think of Kava? I like it. Okay, let's check it out. So this is Kava Group. This is their restaurant, I think. They're kind of like a Chipotle competitor. Let's see how they're doing. So, quarterly, yeah, look at that. Hey, that's good news for, a restaurant in this environment. This is some pretty solid growth. Revenues up 28% year over year. What about net income? Hey, look at that. They're profitable as well. They're making net income every quarter. Last quarter was great, 80 million. Yeah, hey, I don't see anything wrong with them. Seems pretty solid. Let's see. CRCO. Oh, that was the Circle IPO. So yes, it's like a I They're up 39% on the day. Wow, this is a great IPO. I mean, it's tough to buy this one right now, after they've already rallied so much. But that's really interesting. This Circle IPO. I think I haven't looked into them, but they have something to do with like Bitcoin transactions. I'm not too sure. Yep, they have a special KFC meal around Christmas. Yeah, oh yeah, Casey, that's what I thought. Okay, oh, someone said CrowdStrike. I love CrowdStrike. It's a cybersecurity name. If we go to Nancy Pelosi's portfolio right here, Nancy Pelosi, she owns some CrowdStrike. It's 4% of her portfolio. So this is a really nice cybersecurity play. Look at that. Stock's pretty much at an all-time high. They have like Checkpoint Solution software. Their net income is negative right now because they're having some their outage from a long time ago. They had this outage. They're still getting sued from it, but anyway, the revenue's still doing great. Like I think 30 to 40% of all S&P 500 companies use CrowdStrike in their cybersecurity. So anyway, I do like this name. The net income is only being hurt right now because of those lawsuits. What's the best stock to own long term for a rally on China news? I mean, I just like the S&P 500, but here are all the stocks that I own individually. This is my main dividend growth account. I love Google, Meta, McDonald's, super safe, safety play here. Oh, look at that. This is why I love dividend stocks. Look, just because I own 13 shares of McDonald's, I'm about to get this $23 dividend. And it's tax-free even in my taxable account because they pay a qualified dividend. Isn't that so interesting? If they pay a qualified dividend and it's in your taxable account, whenever you receive that money, you still pay 0% tax. All right, let's keep going here. That's what's so OP about qualified dividends. What about SAP? Oh yeah, that's like the European software name. Look at that. This company's at an all-time high. Yo, what up, Not Fates? How's it going, dude? So SAP is at an all-time high right now. Application Technologies, it grew 13% year over year. Yeah, so the net income, no way. Let me look at that. So net income just exploded higher. Net income basically grew 60%. So they grew their net margin like crazy. That's great news. I can see why they're at all time. Oh, that's in European. Yeah, so they are a European company, but still 2 billion in net income, nice dividends. So SAP's nice. Tempest AI. Oh yeah, that's in Nancy Pelosi's portfolio, or Nancy Pelosi's husband bought Tempest AI. Kathy Wood owns the stock as well. Here's why I really like Tempest AI. They're in a niche industry, genomics. Look at this boost though to the revenue. Revenue just jumped up 88%. I mean, that's impressive. That's what I look for in a stock. One's growing their fundamentals. Same with the data and services revenue. It's up 43%. Are you live on YouTube? Yes, not Fates. I am live on YouTube. I'd really appreciate if y'all would follow me on there. It's called Nathan Robert. It's also in the link tree in my bio. First link in there, my YouTube channel. I'm scared my TikTok account's gonna get taken down again. Anyway, let's see. RIV. So Rivian. Okay, so this is like a Tesla competitor. Amazon is like saving this company. If you go to the shareholders right here, Amazon is the largest shareholder. Amazon owns 14% of the company. Amazon has a lot of large orders of those like vans. The bad news is they're still losing a lot of net income, like 500 million in the most recent quarter. But the good news is that the net income losses um, are are how do I can't say this. It's like lessening. I can't think of a word for that. I'm like going crazy here. Yeah, the losses are narrowing. They're losing less money than before. Do you reinvest your dividends? I always reinvest the dividends. I don't like withdraw it. I don't reinvest it always in the same stock though. What about Meta Planet? What's the ticker symbol for Meta Planet? I'll check it out. What's up, Katie? Happy Friday. Yeah, stocks are doing great on this Friday. If we go to our main account right here, we're at a new intraday high. What about the S&P? So yeah, look at that. S&P 500 is doing really strong today, up 1% right now. Qs are up 1.1. Tesla's having a recovery from yesterday. Yeah, nice. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know the Meta Planet ticker symbol. Yo, Lisa, can you do DXC? Yeah, let's check it out here. So DXC Technology. So unfortunately, this stock's at an all-time low. I feel bad if you own this one. So they're a $2.8 billion company, global business. So yeah, look at the kind of annual revenue. It's just declining. So they kind of lost their growth. So yeah, dang, both segments of business are just keep on declining. So that's not great. Um, So they good news. They are making some net income, but yeah, the sales decline is probably that's probably why the stock's at an all time low. I mean, their revenue just keeps on going lower and lower, and that's kind of the lifeblood of the company. So I'd be careful with this one. They don't pay a dividend. Yeah, at least they're making net income. It's not the end of the world for them. Is this information from Robinhood? You have no. This is not Robinhood. Yeah, this is a free. Yeah, you don't have to pay anything. If you want to get this app right here, it's in the link tree in my bio. It's the third link. It's actually it's not it's a brokerage. So yeah, let's keep going here. Do you trade or just buy and hold? I mainly buy and hold. Sometimes I'll swing trade. I do have this account right here. I like to swing trade in here. Sometimes I'll buy something and sell it a month later. But for this portfolio specifically, you see how at the top it's called buy and hold. I just literally buy and hold stuff for the long run in here. I try not to sell it. DocuSigns are a big loser. They're down $172 today. So hey, please drop a like on the stream for me. Yeah, as Stefan said, yeah, how's your DocuSign doing? Not great. Look at this, they're down 18%. But still, look, we bought this company pretty much at its all-time low. So we have a huge cushion. I'm still up like 70% on them because we bought our shares at $42. So yeah, like I said, I buy and hold. I haven't sold any shares of this company. A lot of the stocks I have in here I've been holding on for a long time, like Powell Industries. We bought all of our shares on January 8th, 2024. So I've held that one for well over a year. I just like to buy and hold stocks in here. Anyway, let's keep going here. What is A Aaron? What's up? He said MTP. Let's check it out. MTPLF. Let's check it out. Yo, Oliver, how's it going? Oh, Metaplanet. Here we go. So they're up 36% on the day. So they're a $5 billion company. Wow, huge green day for them. Let's see. So they're a Japanese company. So that's why the volume was looking low. We'll switch the revenue to US dollars, just for simplicity. So they don't have much revenue. Revenue 700,000. They're losing money. Yeah, there must have been some good news, like because they haven't reported earnings. Like there was some good news around here that I don't know. So maybe they got some kind of contract or deal with Nvidia. I don't really know, but the stock's doing great. It's up 32%. Yo, InnoData's popping. I know, dude. Check this out. InnoData's up 11% on the day. We're up 51% on this stock. I should have bought more. I only have 9 shares, but can't complain. With some of these riskier companies, you just can't have a lot of money in them, or you don't want to risk that much. But anyway, yeah, they're up 11% on the day, and oh, hopefully no one heard that. Okay. Look at this right here. Here's why I love this stock right here. Their digital data solutions revenue. This is what I like to look for and see in a company. I mean, it is up 157%. Oh, phone's getting low here. We got to hustle. Thanks for being here. But yeah, the revenue's up 157% year over year, which is incredible. And they're net income positive. They're making net income every quarter now. Really good balance sheet. The asset to liability ratio keeps on going down while growing their assets. I mean, they're doing great. Um, why is DocuSign falling? Because they reported bad. I mean, the earnings were good, but they gave bad guidance. And when you have a high valuation, they'll fall. CONY. Let's see. CONY. So this is the covered call ETF. So what's the yield on this one? So 176% dividend yield. So yeah, you basically buy this to max out your dividend income. You won't really outperform the market in the long run, but selling calls on Coinbase will get you high premiums because you're basically selling calls on Bitcoin, and you get high premiums for doing that. But also, you get the high premium because you're most likely going to have to sell those shares. APLD, yeah, we'll look at APLD again. If we go back to NVIDIA's portfolio, the reason APLD is rallying so much is because, shocker, CoreWeave and APLD go into a huge partnership, and that's two companies that NVIDIA owns. So they're up 10% on the day, after being up crazy from the previous couple of days here. But look at their cloud service business. This is what I like to look at. It's up 220% from the previous year. I mean, that's some really impressive growth on their revenue right here on their cloud service. So yeah, they're a nice cloud play. And the revenue is just going to keep on growing because of the partnership. Let's see. Best 3 stocks right now. Yo, it's tough to buy anything right now. But one I would say, not financial advice, of course, is probably Coca-Cola Consolidated. I do own this one. I bought a share of them yesterday. I've been dollar cost averaging into them. So I really like that name right here. Let's see. How come I didn't get bonus? You gotta wait, really, engineer, I appreciate you. That is weird. You should have. Um, I think you have to. If you DM me, maybe I could help you out. I'm not too sure. You should get some like stocks. Oh, yo, Adrian, how's it going, man? He said QBTS. So here's D Wave Quantum. Yeah, so this is the main quantum name, and look at that. They're up 12% on the day. That's really impressive. So yeah, they did also report earnings recently and do pretty good on them. They were expecting 10 million of revenue, but then they reported 15 million. So they had some good earnings on top of just a lot of momentum right now for quantum names. So yeah, yeah, Adrian, I know you love quantum stocks. That one's been doing great. Um, Bought 200 shares at 20. Yo, really, Oliver, you got a great price on InnoData. I sold, I sold APLD, bought at 467, sold it for. Oh, nice, dude. Oh, it's SoFi Technologies. Yeah, dude, SoFi's another one I own. This is a fintech right here. We're up. Oh, nice, 140% on them. So this is what I love about SoFi, and this is why I won't. I'm not going to sell any more shares of this company. I actually regret selling a lot of the shares I sold. Look at this right here. Look at their financial services revenue. This segment of their business is literally up 101%. It's doubled. That's what I love about SoFi. Great growth. Same with the lending revenue. Lending's up 25%, seeing some nice growth. Also, they're net income positive, making net income every quarter. When if you zoom out to last year, they were losing money every quarter, so people can really take Robinhood serious. So yeah, I like them. SMCI, yo, what up, Mason? He said Super Microcomputer. That's another one I own. And again, with these risky companies, Super Micro, Robinhood, SoFi, you don't want to have a huge chunk of your portfolio in them. But I do still have exposure. They just had the reason they rallied on this day right here, they had a $20 billion contract deal with DataVolt, and that's really going to help future growth out. It's going to keep on going up. But yeah, they still trade at 22 PE fair valuation. Do you still own DocuSign? I do. It's at the bottom here. We're still up 78% on them, but yeah, I'm down $172 on the day. Hey, drop a like for me. I'd appreciate that. Me too. I'm holding now. Yeah, SoFi's a nice just buy and hold for the long run. They should return like hopefully more than the S&P 500. Um, I got a lot of CoreWeave. Oh yeah, we haven't looked at CoreWeave yet. CRWV. So CoreWeave, Nvidia loves this stock. Nvidia has a huge chunk of their, holdings in CoreWeave. They bought all their shares at $40. So if you go to the shareholders, yeah, it hasn't updated yet. But yeah, I think Nvidia owns like 4 to 10% of the company now. But yeah, congrats if you own them. There's not much revenue data for us to look at because they literally just IPO'd. But check out this right here. If you see 2024 Q1, they had 188 million, but now for 2025 Q1, it was 900 million, up 420%. So they've seen some phenomenal revenue growth. It is really impressive. I'm farming Robinhood the whole month. Look, hey, what up, Gravy? That's awesome, man. Do you do short-term investments? Um or like swing trades, or like I sometimes, I have some short-term holds, but or short term. I don't own any bonds or anything, no money market funds. But I do have my cash earning me some interest, which is cool. Yeah, if you look in the middle of my screen right here, I got $800 of cash. I'm ready to buy the dip. And it earns me, it made me 10 cents of interest today. So that's why I don't mind holding on to some cash because it gives you the 4.10% yield. If you want to get this app, by the way, it's in the link tree in bio. It's the third link there. It's free. It's a brokerage, but let's see. Would you buy SoFi at this price? Not much of it. It's really tough to buy SoFi or a lot of it at this price. So probably not. Um, can you check out Toast? Yeah, hey, that's another one I own. If we look at SoFi real quick, actually, I had sold a share at 16. What's it at now? Oh, it's at 14. So honestly, it's not too terrible of a buy here, but it's yeah, still not the best risk to reward. Can you check out Toast? So yeah, Toast, this is the restaurant payment processor. I love this company. They're a $25 billion company. Not too huge. I feel like there's still some upside potential. And look at this revenue growth. This is what's crazy. The revenue just hits a new record every quarter. Revenue's up 24% year over year, and they're making net income now. They used to lose net income every quarter. Now they're making net income every quarter. So that's the good news on Toast. I do like them. I inherited 100K of Shell, JP Morgan. That is crazy, really, Jonah. Honestly, I'd maybe sell out of the oil stocks. If you're 22 years old, you don't need really much oil. But I would keep JP Morgan. They're a great bank. I'd keep Microsoft and Nestle too. Nestle, I don't think you can buy their stock, but they are publicly traded. But whoever left those stocks to you did great. Oh yeah, actually Nestle has not been doing too good. Here's Nestle's stock. It's because of the price of chocolate, I think. I don't really know why they've been doing too good. But anyway, yeah, that's incredible, Jonah. Can you give me a little summary on how you chose the stocks you choose? So yeah, I just look for companies with high quality fundamentals. I go over this all the time on my YouTube videos. So if you really want to learn more, Alex, check out my YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Robert. It's in the link tree in bio, very first link there. But I just look for companies that are profitable, buying back their own stock, low dividend payout ratio. Like this stock right here, even though it's a really low yielder, actually a probably great example would here's my main account. This is my main taxable account right here. Every stock in here pays a dividend. I love the dividend growth companies like Meta, Google, McDonald's, Constellation Energy. These are great, dividend growth companies in my opinion. And my favorite one is probably just Google and Meta right now. I look for companies with great fundamentals like financials. Like, look at that. They're trading at 19 times net income, very low valuation, very fair valuation, 19 times net income. And they're growing like they have so many businesses inside one. Google's like a mini ETF. They're an advertising play. They have the Google Cloud. They're in cybersecurity with Wiz. They own Waymo. They own YouTube. So anyway, like just the Google Cloud business is up 28% year over year. They own YouTube. And if we go to the net income down here, this is what's incredible about Google. They're making 20, 30 billion in net income every quarter. The revenue was up 12, but the net income was up 45. So what does that mean? It means they're expanding their net margin. Net margin grew 30%. Incredible. So I really like Google. What's your opinion on the future of EV stocks after Trump and Elon beef? That's what I feel like. Trump might try to retaliate and make a harsher stance on EV policy or tax credits. I don't know. So it's so uncertain. And, just the car business, it's not a great business to be in. But so I don't really know what I'm trying to say here. I like Tesla because they do have like the future robo taxis and the robots, but it's very uncertain and I probably wouldn't buy Tesla right here. That being said, um, what price should I aim for selling Shell and Nestle? Honestly, y- just sell a little bit of it, maybe not all of it. But I don't know. You could probably, the price of oil has been kind of suppressed recently. I mean, that's up to you. Whatever you think is right. So here's Broadcom. They reported earnings today. They're down 5%, but they rallied so much in anticipation of great earnings. Like the stock literally went from 170 to 270 on no news, just momentum. And now that the stock's down 5%, that's nothing. I mean, compared to how great they've been doing. I love this company. A lot of people know Broadcom for their semiconductor solutions, but I love them because of their infrastructure software. Now, this is incredible growth. Check this out right here. They went from 1.9 billion to 6.7 billion. I mean, very impressive growth on infrastructure software. So, and the free cash. I mean, if we look at the free cash flow, it was 6.4 billion in the most recent quarter. They're making over 20 billion of free cash flow a year, easy. So, yeah, Broadcom's nice. Does the new bill give positive impact on some sectors? I would imagine so. I know Trump really likes nuclear right now. Um, he signed some bills to speed up nuclear. I like CEG. Google also has quantum. Yeah, Google has their own quantum chip and they're GPUs, but they call them TPUs. Google uses same with Amazon. I do own some Amazon as well. Where are they? Yeah, right here. You think it's gonna keep moving? I've been putting lots of bread in it. Yeah, I think Broadcom's a great just buy and hold for the long run. Yeah, I do like Broadcom, and they have a nice yield. You get like a 1% yield with them. Google is great. What do you think of Tesla? What up, Kristen said? What do you think of Tesla? So honestly, my thoughts aren't really great on Tesla. So here's the thing about for right now, they're trading at 170 times net income, very expensive valuation. And it's okay to have a high valuation if you're growing. But if we look at the automotive business, it's down 15%. They're not growing. They lost their growth actually. And if we can see that their total vehicles delivered are down 13% year over year, deliveries by model and stuff. But The growth and their margins, look at their margins, they collapsed. Net income fell 70% year over year, and that was real, not like a one-time adjustment. Their net margin was only a 2.2% when it's normally, a 10% net margin business. So the stock has been going up when the fundamentals have been declining. It's because of the robo taxi and future of robots, but I think it's you're paying too high of a premium right here still. Just my opinion though. They could still do great though. I mean the following on Tesla. Anyway, so here is Consensus Cloud Solutions. I haven't heard of this company. Oh yeah, not Fates. Did I look at Coca-Cola Consolidated? I want to look at them. But this stock does not want to load here. Okay, CCSI. There we go. Sorry. Here's the stock. So they haven't done too great. Well, let's go look at the financials here. So they're trading at 5 times net income. Is that real? Yeah, dude, they're making 20 million of net income a quarter. So this actually is a really profitable company. So the sales are down 1% year over year though. So that might be why the stock hasn't been doing too good. The revenue's not growing, revenue's down 1%, but the margins have kept up kinda. 25% net margin on that revenue. So, ooh, and they're a bit leveraged, more liabilities than assets, but they are deleveraging. They've deleveraged a little bit from last year, but I like that they're trading at a low 5 times net income. I like that they're making net income every quarter. They're only worth 400 million, but they do have a lot of debt. Oh yeah, Coca-Cola. So this is the company I just most recently bought right here, Coca-Cola Consolidated. This is the Coca-Cola bottling company, and so don't get that confused with the main company. Traded at a low valuation, 17 times net income. I love this for their dividend growth. Like, look at that. They have a 0.5% yield, but the payout ratio is only a 5.7%. Just for comparison, they had just, why doesn't that show up? AAPL. Okay, there we go. So if we go to Apple's dividend, they have a 0.5% dividend. So they have a lower dividend with 3x the payout ratio. They have a 16% payout ratio. So just for some comparison, that's what's really cool about Coca-Cola Consolidated. Um, Let's see here. Jacob said NBIS. Let's see. Nebius. So how do I start? Yeah, hey, if you go to the link tree in my bio, the third link there, you can get this app. But here's Nebius right here. $11 billion. It's actually a brokerage, but this is an $11 billion company, and they've had a nice little rally. They jumped up yesterday on some sort of good news. There was a huge volume yesterday. So Nebius, triple 10. Interesting. So let me look at the revenue right here. So, oh, hey, look at that right there. The revenue is up crazy from the previous year. It's up 385%. So the revenue's grown a nice chunk. They're still losing net income, 100 million a quarter, but I like the revenue growth. Very solid growth there. Let's see. Hims? Oh yeah, Hims right here. Yeah. So Hims, this stock, this is a debt-free company. They literally have no debt whatsoever. They're a pharmaceutical play. If we go to the revenue right here, this is why the stock is so loved. And they deserve the high valuation. It's because the revenue, look at that. It's up 110%. That's incredible growth. 110% year over year. And the free cash flow is really great as well. They're making over 200 million of free cash flow, 200 mil of net income, and no debt, and they're making interest on their cash. I mean, Hims, I really like that company. They might be a little overvalued right now, but congrats if you own them. KNW. What's KNW? No Labs. So, yeah, this whole company is worth $9 million. So that's a very small market cap, but they are up 150% on the day. There must be some good news around that, but yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, they don't have any revenue either. They don't sell anything, and they're losing millions a quarter. Dang, look at that. Yeah, so this is a company you want to stay away from. I would take profits on them and run. Um, that could be a fun swing trade or a trade, but I definitely wouldn't just buy and hold that one for the long run. GTLS. What's GTLS? GTLS. So this is this one's on my watch list actually. I wonder why it's on there. So this is Chart Industries. Let's see. So repair, service, and leasing, specialty products, heat transfer systems. This sounds niche. That's up 5%. Specialty products are up 17% year over year. So business is growing pretty well. And look at this net income right here. They're super profitable. Yeah, they're making a ton of net income every quarter. What about revenue? Revenue is up 5, but the net income, the net margin expansion's the real winner here. So hey, I do like that one. TGNA. What's this one? Tegna. This one's also on my watch list, huh? Let's find out why. I don't know why. I don't remember this company at all. Let's go look at the business though. So, revenue's down 5% year over year. Net income is positive. So actually good news, they are making net income every quarter. They're really profitable. Yeah, what's the valuation on this company? Yeah, so weird. They trade at 5 times net income. Huh. Yeah, hey David, if you want to get this program, it's in the link tree in my bio. It's the third link. It's actually a brokerage. Let's see. SMCI thing. So yeah, super microcomputer. This is your, whenever you go buy an NVIDIA chip, Supermicro will install it in the servers and do the cooling and everything for you. So you just sell a commodity. But I do really like this name. They just had a $20 billion deal with Datavolt, and that's why the stock kind of gapped up right here. And that's really going to help the company out in the future. But yeah, look at this revenue growth. It's very solid. The margins have been kind of fallen. Oops. Margins, yeah, net income's down 72. So that new deal should help them out. Um, Lulu, yeah, dude. RIP Lululemon, if anyone's heard of that, like clothing company. They're down 20% on the day. And they gave some bad guidance. I think that's why the stock fell. Maybe it was bad guidance. I don't remember. Their number of stores are 770. They met on expectations, or they slightly beat on expectations, but the stock still fell 20%. I think it's probably overdoing it. That's kind of like the same thing that happened with DocuSign, which is down. This is one of our bigger losers or this is our biggest loser today. We're down 18% on the day when they met on expectations, or else I think they beat on every metric. Look, if we go right here to the analyst expectations, that's the orange line. The orange line is what the analysts were expecting. They beat on revenue. They beat on net income by a huge chunk. EPS is just net income per share. And they beat on EBITDA by a huge margin. So the stock still fell on bad guidance. So it's really in the guidance. Let's see here. Pudgy Penguins. What is that? Hey, what up, Adrian? He said Nvidia. So let's look at Nvidia. Yeah. Oh, and then we could look at FUTU. I now own that company, Devash. How's it going, dude? So, oh, is it gonna load here? Nvidia, please. NVDA. So there we go. Nvidia stock, they just had earnings. They were really solid earnings. I mean, this is why Nvidia deserves all the hype. Look at this, their PC GPU market share. Nvidia has an 18% GPU market share, pretty good. But look at their compute and networking revenue. This is what's so impressive. I mean, the revenue's up 75% from the previous year. I mean, it just hits a new record every quarter. And it's not just the sales that are growing, but also the net income. Net income's up 26%. And it actually would have been higher if it weren't for the H20 impact from the government. So the net income was kind of artificially lower than what it should have been. And it was still great. So, oh yeah, so let's go look at FUTU stock. So I do really like this company right here. Check this out. So I own 7 shares of them. Check this out right here. So they did just pay a special dividend as well, $2 special dividend. So that's pretty cool. So here's what I love, just the growth of this company. Look at the sales. I mean, this is so impressive, and this is why I bought them. It's just a growthy company. Revenue's up 81, and look at this net income. Net income's literally at an all-time high record. So that's why they can afford to do those special dividends. I mean, they're printing money. So anyway, I like them. Oh yeah, here's some of our losers like AMD. Yeah, Adrian said, are you still holding AMD? I am. And we are down 6.7% on them. They've recovered a little decently. Oh, yo, what up? Baby said Costco. I think the ticker symbol is Cost. Yeah, yo, Costco, this is a great grocery store. Whenever you go to Costco, you buy stuff in bulk there. And so you get a good deal on it. And also, to get into a Costco, you have to pay for their subscription. And so it's a good business model for Costco. And anyway, the stock's at an all-time high. Super well-run grocery store. So congrats if you own them. They pay a dividend as well. I own another grocery store. I actually own Sprouts Farmers Market. It's like a healthier grocery store. And this one, all the grocery stores are doing great. This one's pretty close to all-time high as well. So yeah. Can you do CONY? Hey, yeah. So Coney, this is that covered call ETF on Coinbase. It has a crazy 177% dividend yield. Now you're not going to outperform the market in the long run with this ETF, but what you do get is a super high yield. You buy it to maximize your dividend income. This ETF just sells calls on Bitcoin or Coinbase, and that's what pays such a high premium. So Yeah, here's our buy and hold. Ooh, Coca-Cola's up 2.8. Dang, they keep on going up. Oh, yo, Uber stock. I love this company right here. So, this is a great growth company, in my opinion. Just buy and hold this one for the long run. So, yeah, Uber Technologies, pretty close to all time highs on this stock. And I think they're just going to keep on going up. You can see their active users 170 million monthly active users. But the best part is the free cash flow here. I mean, free cash flow grew 65%. They're now going to make over 2 billion in free cash flow a quarter. I mean, super great. And they're net income positive, making so much net income, over a billion of net income every quarter now. Well over a billion in net income a quarter now. So Uber's one I think is going to be a winner in the long run. They'll continue to win. Um, let's see. CRCL, I tried to get shares when it IPO'd, but I didn't get any. Oh, wait, that's weird. It just didn't let you get any. But yeah, look at Circle right here. They IPO'd at $30. Robinhood was asking me, he's like, hey, you want to buy the Circle IPO? I'm like, no. And then it goes from 30 to 111. Ain't that crazy? So yeah, I'm okay missing out on this one. I mean, there's gonna be a million more IPOs that'll probably like do that. It's like the Rivian IPO. I actually bought the Rivian IPO. Like when Rivian first IPO'd, the stock literally mooned the first 2 days. I mean, this happens with most IPOs. I mean, they IPO at a price and then they like double and then they kind of get back into reality. And I think if you bought, hey, remember when you said baby tried to get shares at IPO? If it let you buy in the IPO, I think they wouldn't allow you to sell the shares for a certain amount of time. So anyway, like I think for 30 days or something. What's the risks? The risk is just the underperformance. Um, so here's United. Oh, United Health Group right here. So yeah, this is the healthcare play that's been getting whacked. The reason the stock fell in half from 600 to 300 is because if they get accused of fraud and like officially and it goes through that they did have fraud, they're going to be kicked out of Medicare for 5 years, and Medicare is half their revenue. But anyway, we're a customer. We use Optum RX. Assuming that doesn't happen, I think United Health's at a great deal. The Optum RX revenue's at a record. They have a nice dividend as well. 2.8% dividend. They just rose their dividend by 5% as well. That shows some confidence. I don't think they'd raise the dividend. Um, but yeah, they're making 8 billion a quarter. But the future's uncertain about them. What's the growth going to be in the future? On Robinhood, you can sell, but you will get blocked from buying IPOs for like 90 days. So, hey, big whoop. I'd do that if I was up a crazy like 300%. Yes. Yo, what up, Marcusio? Yeah, sad day for Lululemon. Yeah, I don't buy IPOs either. It's always too risky. Um, I like the Instacart IPO. So anyway, someone said PSCT, Exchange Traded Fund, S&P. Well, let's go look at their top holdings because that's what matters. So I've never heard of a lot of these companies actually. Cuarvo, how's that one doing? Badger Meter, hey, that one's at an all-time high. But Interdigital, hey, that one, oh, this one's on my watch list. Interdigital. Oh, and look at that, saying that there's a bullish continuation triangle, rise probabilities and 85% chance. Anyway, that's an interesting ETF. What's the name of the app you use to display that? Hey, this is a brokerage right here. It's called Moomoo. It's in the I think it's in the link in the description, but there might not be a description on the YouTube stream. I don't know. But yeah, if you go to the link tree in my bio, if you go to the link tree, it's the third link if you want to get this app that I'm on right here. It's free. So let's keep going here. Thoughts on Snowflake? Oh, yo, there's some really good and really kind of bad news about Snowflake. We'll go over the good news first. So the stock actually has been doing really good. That's good news. Here's the good news also. Look at their product revenue. I mean, this is so impressive. It literally hits a new record every quarter. It's up 26%. It's nearly a billion a quarter now. Yeah, look at that annual revenue. In 2020, 250 million. Now it's 3.4 billion. I mean, they're doing, yeah, wow. So also, here's the bad news though. So we looked at the good news. Here's the bad news. They're losing more and more net income. So they lost 420 million of net income in the most recent quarter. That's really bad. So they lost basically half of the revenue they made in net income. So I really want to see that company fix their margins and start to go net income positive. That's the only bad thing about Snowflake, but I love the growth of their sales because it's really there. They're basically, Snowflake is Palantir's biggest competitor. So, okay, here we go. Micron Technology. Yeah, this is an NVIDIA competitor. They've done really good. Look at this computer networking revenue. This is super impressive. It's up 108% from the previous year. I mean, to a new record. That's really impressive. So, also their storage business unit business mm, is up 53%. So, both of their main segments of business are growing very nicely, and also they're profitable. They're making net income every quarter. So, and if we zoom out to last year, they used to lose net income every quarter. So, they really turned things around. I know they pay a dividend as well. And hey, I appreciate y'all being here. Hey, the best way to support me, if y'all want to support me, um, please just subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. It's in the link tree in my bio. I'm also streaming on there, so if you missed anything, you could replay it. I also just did a video, every stock that I own. If you want to see literally every stock that I own like 40 of them. I have this portfolio. I have the Robinhood portfolio. If you want to see every stock that I own, how much I'm up and down on all of them, well, here's how much I'm up and down on every stock in here. But I make a video stock portfolio updates all the time. I just try to show you the numbers for yourself. I'm always completely transparent. I'll show you my winners and my losers. I don't sell anything. I'm just on here to give my opinion. I really appreciate y'all being here. I am going to end the stream here in a little bit, so I do appreciate y'all being here. If you guys got any last minute stocks you want me to look at, let me know. He said trade ticker symbol MB. Yo, is this the stock you're talking about, Master? I don't know if that's the one you are, but it's up 45% on the day. They're only a $120 million company, and they just IPO'd, so there's not too much data for us to look at. But let's keep going here. Lulu. So yeah, Lululemon. I'll be quick about this one. They're down 19% on the day. They had good earnings, but they missed on guidance. And it's really all the apparel stocks that have been getting wrecked. Like if you look at Nike, for example, Nike has not been doing too great either. I actually just completely sold out of Nike. So if we go to Nike right here, kind of on the monthly, Nike's the same price that it was back in 2015. So for a decade, the stock has gone nowhere. And I sold out of all my shares up here at 79. Um, let's see. Thinking about buying Lulu. Yeah, Lulu might be at a decent risk to reward. Yeah, hey, no problem, M. Thanks you for being here. MFA. What is this one? So, MFA stock. MFA Financial. Okay, so this might be a bank or something. Ooh, unfortunately, the stock has not been doing too good. Let's see if we can figure out why that is. Like, was that? Yeah, so that was COVID right there. So let's go see. So investing, net income. JP Morgan. Yeah, we'll look at JP Morgan, OKLO. I'll get to all these last ones here. Are you on YouTube? Yeah, LI. My YouTube channel is called Nathan Robert. It should be in the link tree in my bio, the very first link there as well. And I'm streaming on there as well. If you miss anything, you can replay it. Anyway, they made 41 million, and I like this. They're making net income every quarter. So that's the good news about this company. They're making net income every quarter. Oh, this is probably why people like it. They have a 15% dividend. That might actually not be too sustainable. The payout ratio says 170%. So they pay out $1.40. They pay out $1.40 a year. And the EPS is, so yeah, they can't afford the dividend in the most recent year. So that might be the bad news. OKLO. Yeah, then we'll look at JP Morgan. We can look at Tempest AI. So here's OKLO. They make small nuclear reactors. So they're still a startup because if we go to their revenue right here, look at this. It says no data on revenue because they're a startup. They've never sold a product or a service. They just have no data. They're trying to make those small mini nuclear reactors. Here's their balance sheet. Great balance sheet. Like no debt. So they just move with all the nuclear stocks. And Trump just signed this order to speed up nuclear energy reactors. So anyway, here's JP Morgan right here. JP Morgan stock, pretty much an all-time high. So congrats if you own them. One of the probably the best well-run bank. I mean, if we check out the yield right here, even if you buy the stock right now, you still get a 2% dividend, and the payout ratio is very fair, a 25% payout ratio, so they still have a lot of room to raise their dividend. And check out this net income they make. I mean, this is what's crazy right here. If we go to the net income, they're literally making $15 billion in net income a quarter. I mean, incredible net income. Yeah, they're commercial investment, asset and wealth management, so they're in a lot of industries. They're too big to fail, pretty much. What is Brown for? Yo, Ephraim Invest. Good to see you, friend. What's the ticker symbol for that one? I'll check it out. Ticker TEM. So yeah, Tempest AI. This was bought by Nancy Pelosi and her husband. They've been loading the boat. Oh yeah, and Kathy Wood. Kathy Wood has been buying the stock as well. And check this out. Here's what's so incredible. Look at the genomics revenue. It's exploded. It's up 88% from the previous year. So that's some very impressive growth, up 88%. And same with the data and services, it's up 43%. So very nice growth there. And also, they're still losing net income, but it's getting better. Um, CoreWeave. Oh yeah, CoreWeave. Yeah, we can look at them. Wait, CRWV. Oh yeah, we'll look at Taiwan Semi as well. I love Taiwan Semi. So the thing with CoreWeave is they just IPO'd, so there's not too much history here. But Nvidia loves them. Nvidia bought a lot of their stock at $40. But check this out right here. Here's the good news of the growth. Like if you go to the revenue, 2024 Q1 or a year ago, revenue was 180 million. Now it's 980 million. It's up 4x, so really good. BF-B. Okay, Brown Foreman. Okay, let's check it out. So, yikes, the stock has not done too good. They just gapped down on earnings. So, let's see, were their earnings that bad? Yeah, so they missed by a huge chunk on their revenue, net income, and EBITDA. So, yeah, that's not good. So, revenue fell 7% year over year after being down 7% the previous year. Net income fell 45. Yikes. So, that means they're losing their net. Their margins just collapsed 40%. Oh, but also it was a tough adjustment. Anyway, I can see why that stock just fell so much, but they have a 3% yield. They're still making net income every quarter, but that margin collapse isn't too good. Oh, so they looks like this company sells drinky drinks. Um, that's really interesting. I'll add them to the watch list. I can't say it on here. It's about the industry. I like TAP. Do you think Spotify is overvalued? Oh, yo, what up, Joseph? I love Spotify, by the way. Then we'll look at Taiwan Semi. I forgot to look at them. Spotify, look at this stock. I definitely think they're overvalued right now. The PE is really high, but they also might deserve it. I would not buy this one today at over $700. I would just look elsewhere. But I should have been buying their stock every month instead of paying for their subscription, because check this out. We can see their monthly active users 678 million. Their premium revenue is huge. So check this out. Their premium revenue is up 16% year over year. Actually, let me look at the free cash flow. So yeah, look at that free cash flow growth. They made nearly $1 billion of free cash flow last quarter. They're incredibly profitable. Wow. So they don't own the actual music. Universal Music Group owns the music, but they're making bank off that freaking subscription revenue. Jeez. Ooh. So honestly, the PE, what was the PE on this company? Um, PE 111, and the industry average is a 20. So, but they also have some of the best growth I've ever seen. I mean, they're really growing their margins. Oh yeah, so TSM, Taiwan Semi. What up, Zach? He said we'll look at that stock as well. And we'll look at Nebius as well. Thanks for still being here. Yeah, if y'all want to hit the follow button, by the way, we go live every day, twice a day. We just look at stocks. So here's Taiwan Semi. Let's check out the yield. So this is what I like about Taiwan Semi. It's like an Nvidia. It's like you buy Nvidia, but you also get a higher yield. So you get a 1.1% dividend yield with this company. They make those 5 nanometer wafer chips, and they have a huge market share, a 67% market share. But the best part's the bottom line here. I mean, they're printing money. 12 billion the most recent quarter, 12 billion the quarter before, 10 billion, and it's up 60%. So they've grown 60% from their previous year. So super impressive, revenue fundamental growth there. Let AMTM, and then we'll look at, oh, what up, Casey? eToro. I'll look at that one too. So here's Amentum Holdings. So small market cap, a $5.5 billion company. So not too big of a company. Global Engineering Solutions. Hey, the revenue grew 36%, so they had some nice growth there. Yeah, or no, revenue grew 70% year over year. Jeez. They only made 2 million of net income. That might be why the stock's kind of struggling. They're having like these weird one-time adjustments, because on the operating profit they're making 100 million. They only made 2 million. So maybe they probably had some acquisition. Yeah. I don't know. I got to do some more research on them, but overall they look pretty solid. How do you decide when to sell a stock? When I really don't believe in the fundamentals anymore. Like DocuSign, they fell 19% today, but I'm not going to sell out of them. I still kind of believe in them. ETOR, eToro Group. Oh, PLBY. Oh, is that? Yo, we'll look at them as well. Here's eToro Group. So they're wait, did we just look at this company? Um, Trading activity. Huh. Full year 2024, they made 200 mil of net income. Wow, look at that revenue growth right there for the full year 2024. So that's actually great news. Really good balance sheet as well. They're up 10% on the day. There's not too much history because they just IPO'd, but that looks very the fundamentals look very nice there. Can you explain what a yield is? Hey, the yield is just the dividend. So like if you heard of the like think of it like a bank account. If your bank high yield savings yield is a 2%, you get 2% of your money back. So some of these I like buying companies that pay a dividend. Like Coca-Cola Consolidated pays a dividend. And it's a low dividend, like a 0.5% dividend, but that's how much money you get back a year in just cash. And that doesn't even include the stock price appreciation. So that's what's cool. Um, so PLBY, what was this one? Um, PLBY Group. So let's see. So small company, they're only worth 140 million. So that's a very small market cap on this company. 140 million. Direct to consumer products, not great. Licensing revenue. Hey, look at that. They made 11 million in licensing revenue. That's not bad. But they're losing net income and they're leveraged now. No, they now have more liabilities than they have assets, and it didn't used to be like that. So they have a lot of debt, and they're probably paying a lot of negative interest. And well, they can't pay it off because they have no net income. And yeah, the operating cash flow is negative as well, probably because of the negative interest payments. So yeah, negative interest is included in that. So yeah, I would be careful with that one. What app is? Yeah, hey Ethan, if you want to get this app, it's in the link tree in my bio. It's the third link there. It's a brokerage. Let's see. Um, Thoughts on so far? Yo, George, what's up, dude? So yeah, I do. Oh, the market closes in 5 minutes. So 5 minutes till the market closes. Yeah, we do own some SoFi though. We're up 140% on them. I really like this one. They're a fintech. They have their own banking charter. And I really love the growth here for this company. Like, check this out. If we look at this company's just the financial services business, this is incredible. The revenue is doubled. It's more than doubled from the previous year. It's up 101%. So incredible growth on the financial services and the lending revenue. Lending revenue is up 25% as well. So both main segments of business are growing like crazy, and SoFi is profitable. They're making net income every quarter. People can really take them serious because they used to lose net income every quarter. So I like them. Oh yeah, NBIS. So Nebius, I believe this company's owned by Nvidia. So they rallied up yesterday, and they're rallying today. They're up 5% on the day. Let's see. So yeah, look at that. They own all these little businesses here, but the best part here is honestly the revenue growth. Revenue has exploded. It's up 385%. So great revenue growth. They're still losing net income. That's okay as long as they keep on growing the revenue at that insane rate. Yeah, my phone's getting low here. We're on 10%. I appreciate y'all being here. If y'all want to hit the follow button, we go live every day, twice a day. And if y'all want to help me out, main way to help me out, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Nathan Robert. I'm streaming on there. If you miss anything, you can replay it. This company is doing a 38-for-1 stock split. So yeah, they're a $600 stock, and they've exploded recently. What's the market cap here? So $8.9 billion company. There must have been some great news. So if I go to the revenue, there's no revenue right now. I'm assuming they just got FDA approved and they can finally sell a product. I'm going to add them to my watch list. Just so I can learn more about the company because I'm not sure. It seems like some bioscience company that needs FDA approval, and I'm guessing they just got it. Yo, Richard, what's up? He said PONY. How's it going? He said Pony AI. So look at that like V-shaped recovery right there. That was crazy. It went from $4 and then boom, 19. So let's go see. They just IPO'd, so there's not too much revenue history. Yeah, so they don't have much revenue either. It's like couple hundred or couple dozen. That sounds weird. Couple dozen million, or not a couple million, and then they're losing net income. Really strong balance sheet. Wow, like $1 billion of cash and no debt. So really strong balance sheet. Yeah, so like 1/5 of the market, 15 to 20% of the market cap, just their cash on hand is what it looks like. But they just IPO'd. I want to see some more growth. What is the stock where you own the biggest percentage? Yeah, hey, the biggest percent of my portfolio. Oh, where you own the bit or I don't know. Comfort Systems right here, ticker symbol FIX, is my largest holding. out of all my stocks, it's like 15 or probably like 13% of my entire portfolio. My out of all my holdings, FIX Comfort Systems is my largest holding. Um, and I also have other accounts like this account right here. My second largest holding is this stock right here. Here, I'll show you my total equity. We got 4,900 in this one. Constellation Energy, McDonald's, Google, Meta. I love all these companies. Is Google a buy? I think so. They're up 3% on the day. So it's kind of tough to buy them now, but still, I think the the rally's not over on this company in the long run. I mean, Google, I think that's a $200 plus stock, easy, easy. Not financial advice though. What percent cash are you? I am like 4% cash in my entire portfolio. It says I'm $883 of cash. I I have more cash in my bank account and more. So I realistically have like ready to invest like 1,500 of cash, so not much, but so yeah, not much on cash. Biggest percentage, like, of the dude, Ephraim Invest. I have no clue about that. I don't know. It probably would still be Comfort Systems, but yeah, Robinhood is my best performing stock. My highest percent return is Robinhood. I'm up 440% on them. And we bought literally. You see, I bought five. I sold most of my shares, and look where I bought this. You ready? This you're about to see how long ago this is. If we go to their IPO right here, all the way to their IPO, which was in 2021, it should show the buy order. Yep, this is where I was buying Robinhood. Like right here, all I had to do was wait 3 years, 5 years, and they'll finally recover. Anyway, this is this is why you just gotta buy and hold stocks for the long run. And I regret every share I've ever sold. You'll have companies like that where you're gonna regret selling out of them. So just trim them. Don't sell all your shares. Here we go. HPQ stock. Are you investing in anything like S? I do not. HPQ. I like stock picking. But those are great ETFs. I love those. I would happily own them as well. So here's HPQ. What's up, Columber? What's up, man? So this one has a 4.5% yield. So a nice dividend yield on this company. The PE is a 9. So pretty fair valuation. Morningstar has it at $30. Analyst as well at 30. So personal systems, printing. Let's see the net income. So this is the bad news. Ooh, so yeah, the net income is still positive every quarter. Like easy, they're making pretty much 500 million of net income a quarter, or way more than that. But it's down 33% from the previous year. So that means they're losing their margins. Yeah, just a 3% net margin. Uh, that's why I think the stock is kind of flat. If we look at them on the monthly chart, the stock is flat since dang 1998. So I want to see them expand their margin, but still very low valuation, very nice dividend yield. Oh yeah, HP. Yeah, HP printer. I think we have one. So yeah, I'm. Hey, the printer business. They sell you the printer for a break even, and then stupid margin on the ink. Does the red and green numbers define? Where do I check how much the stock is worth? Well, if you look in the top right, you see market cap. That's what the whole company is worth. So this whole company right here is worth 18 billion. Um, but if you're wondering like the stock price, it's in the top left, $93 per share. And this is how it works. Like, let's see. So there's 35 million shares that exist on this stock. So you do 35 million times 500. That'll get you the $18 billion market cap. All right, let's keep going here. Um, why don't you invest in companies that actually make money? Wait, what? um, I don't think I don't own any like money losing companies or net income losing companies. Someone said Hood Analysis, Robinhood Analysis. Yeah, dude, Robinhood's great. This is the broker that I'm a customer. This stock mainly follows Bitcoin. So whenever Bitcoin's doing good, they make a lot of money off crypto transaction fees. But if you look at the revenue right here, I mean, super impressive growth. Revenue is up 50% year over year. They just acquired a like crypto asset company as well for 500 million, but they're making so much net income every quarter. When if we zoom out, they used to lose net income every quarter, and they have a lot of cash. And they have like 5 billion of net cash or something. They're doing great. Yo, what up, Cheese? Cheese said, the market just closed 2 minutes ago. Market just closed. We'll check out our portfolio after this. But yeah, $2.4 billion company, not a huge market cap, but they're up 9% on the day. Yeah, happy Friday. Markets are officially closed. Wow, look at that revenue growth. This company's on my watch list as well. Revenue's up 160%. Really good balance sheet. They made net income in the two most recent quarters. I mean, was that real? That was real as well. Yo, IREN, I really like this one, Cheese. They're on my watch list for a reason. So honestly, that one, again, you don't want to have a huge position in these stocks, like maybe, but that could be that one looks like a pretty good buy and hold for the long run. Yo, Joseph, you said let me look at DLO real quick. Then we can look at REGN. Do you put cash aside in your Roth? I do have a Roth IRA, but I don't keep cash in there. I keep my cash elsewhere. Um, it doesn't earn interest in my Roth IRA. Anyway, the $3 billion company on D Local, they trade at 21 times net income. So low valuation, but also the stock's at an all-time low. That's weird. So they do transaction revenues. Look at the transaction revenue though. It's up a great chunk, up 17% year over year. That's really good growth. Yeah, they're making net income every quarter. The net income just rocketed up, 50 million. So I this one looks pretty fair. I don't know why they've fallen so much, and they're making net income every quarter, 18 PE. So, oh yeah, REG, and so this right here, this is Regeneron. I feel bad if you own this one because this is the company. Basically, another company used their patent, their Isla HD patent, and the courts basically said that they it doesn't matter, which isn't good. So they sent their PE down. They trade at 12 times net income. And look, what I was talking about, their Isla HD, just that makes up 33% of the business. Yeah, here's the Isla HD revenue. It's actually doing pretty good. It's up 53% year over year. But I guess their patents got infringed and it's not good news. They're still making so much money. That's the great news. They're making like $1 billion of net income a quarter, easy. And then I know they're buying back a lot of the stock. Yeah, they're making $1 billion a quarter, and the whole company's worth 50 billion. They're trading at 12 times net income. So I know they're doing a lot of stock buybacks right here. Inno data. Yeah, here, let me go to my Roth IRA right here. We were talking about my Roth IRA. Wow, our Roth IRA was up 5.23% on the day, and that's from InnoData. So yeah, InnoData right here. This is like our small cap hidden gem. I love this company right here. I've made a few YouTube videos about this stock. We're up 52% on them. I wish I bought more. But yeah, here's why I love this company, why I choose them over other small caps. I mean, look at the growth here. The revenue is up 157% year over year to a new record. I mean, that's incredible growth. They're also now net income positive, making net income every quarter. Really good balance sheet, no net debt there. So I love Robinhood stock. Yeah, me too. Would you buy Lululemon right now or no? Honestly, Lululemon, they don't pay a dividend. They just sell a commodity. I I had this conversation with myself with Nike. I completely sold out of Nike, kind of for the same reason. I don't see Lululemon, like I'm looking for stocks that'll 3 to 5x. I just cannot see Lululemon doing that. I cannot see them 3 to 5xing. Just because they just sell apparel. I still like them though. I think they'll probably still do good. Like they'll probably keep up with the S&P 500. Probably return 6-7% a year. But what app are you using? Yo, investor, if you want to get this app, it's actually a brokerage, but it's in the link tree in my bio. It's the third link there. It's called Mumu. It's a brokerage. But anyway, uh, OW, long Google. Yeah, I love Google. Here, if I go back to my taxable account right here, Google, I got 19 shares of them. It's our smallest position, but in here. So Google's a good buy and hold for the long run. They own YouTube. So let's see. Are there any stocks you recommend people get into right now? Not, it's tough today, like not now. But one stock I've been buying and I bought yesterday is Coca-Cola Consolidated. They're the Coca-Cola bottling company. I love their values. I bought a share yesterday at 106, but it's the market's been so on fire recently. If we look at the S&P 500, you know, the time to buy, it's tough right here, because most stocks follow the S&P 500. It's tough to buy right now. So Coca-Cola Consolidated is like the only one I see pretty decently. You see the Circle IPO? Yeah, dude, Circle IPO went nuts. We'll look at it real quickly. um I need to learn what they do. I think they have something to do with crypto. But yeah, look at this chart. Like they IPO'd at $30. Robinhood gave me the ability. Robinhood was like, "Hey, you should buy this at $30." I said no, and well, now it's at 107, 110 after hours. Hey, so yeah, congrats if you own them, man. Um, let's see here. Why is Lululemon? Yeah, they reported earnings. Same with DocuSign. If this is our biggest loser today, look at that huge gap down. Before today, stock was at 93, and well, now it's way down here at 75. So they reported bad earnings. Rip. You made 2K off Circle. Yo, that's great. Do you use limit buys mostly? Yeah, I always do limit buys. I try not to do market buys because it'll charge you sometimes like 1% more. So I always do a limit buy. Yeah, by the way, if you want to get this app right here, it's in the link tree in my bio, the third link. I also have a tutorial on how to use it on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, I'd appreciate that. Meta Planet. Um, so yeah, anyway, that's gonna wrap up the stream. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday. The market went nuts today. I mean, the market pretty much closed at an intraday high. I'll check out the S&P 500. Yeah, S&P was up 1, Qs were up 1% as well. Slightly falling here, but I mean, still a great Friday. So anyway, I'll see y'all soon. If you want to hit the follow button, I'd appreciate that. We go live every day, twice a day. The main way to support me, I sell nothing, nothing. The only thing I do have is a YouTube channel. If you want to help me out, my YouTube channel is called Nathan Roberts, and the link tree in my bio. Hope you have a great rest of your day. See you in the next one. And thank you to y'all here on the YouTube stream. Y'all are the real ones. Thank you so much. See ya, Cheese. See ya, Joseph and Ephraim Invest. Everyone there on the YouTube stream. Have a great rest of your day. See ya.